This strategic briefing on marine wellness policy is based on the work of Danny Kessler, Associate Professor and Korea's first PhD in wellness tourism. Coastal assets are traditionally utilized as destinations for seasonal leisure. Shifting these assets into the wellness sector requires the integration of national resource policy and biomedical engineering. The raw, uncontrolled energy of the natural environment must be actively converted into a highly structured, regulated clinical space. Achieving this environmental transformation requires strict national legislation to define how the ocean is utilized. Operating a sophisticated marine wellness facility means converting a highly volatile natural commodity into a permanent medical asset. The standard public beach tourism model carries severe economic flaws. A public beach is chaotic and unrefined, packed with unpredictable crowds and lacking structural control. Economically, this classifies the standard coastline as a low-yield commodity asset. The business relies on cheap, low-margin foot traffic that arrives only during the hottest weeks. Furthermore, daily operations remain highly vulnerable to changing and unpredictable weather patterns. This creates an acute economic vulnerability known as the seasonality trap. Revenue spikes sharply during a short 3-month summer window and immediately drops to zero. For the remaining 9 months, operators are forced to survive entirely on negative cash flow. Standard tourism operators cannot sustain this structural flaw without constant external financial subsidies. A viable long-term coastal business must sever its reliance on the summer season to survive. To escape this failure, the coastal asset must offer high-value medical utility driven by biological science. The core physiological process at work is cellular osmotic exchange. This process triggers when sterile, deep seawater is heated to exact human body temperatures. Thermal pressure forces magnesium and potassium ions directly through the human cellular membrane. As this mineral absorption occurs, the damaged skin barrier structurally repairs itself. The macrophysiological outcomes are systematic decreases in chronic joint inflammation and accelerated deep muscular recovery. This highly active marine matrix delivers clinical results that biologically inert tap water cannot replicate. This scientifically validated biological reaction is the definitive product that replaces the seasonal vacation model. To capture and successfully monetize this biological reaction, a region needs a specialized policy strategy. The Jeju coastline serves as the prime laboratory for this strategic conversion. Biological science alone is insufficient for commercialization. The operation requires strict legislative alignment. 𝗏𝗏. This legal structure is marine thalassotherapy, known in Korea as 𝗏𝗗𝗀𝘀𝘀. The government utilizes this framework to systematically restructure coastal usage rights and define operational standards. This establishes the 𝗏𝗏𝗶𝗀𝗏𝗀, or legal basis, acting as the protective mechanism required for businesses to operate clinical facilities. This legal basis permits the official governmental certification of specific raw coastal elements. The primary targets for this certification are the region's deep seawater and mineral-dense seaweeds. Once verified, these raw elements legally transform into 𝗏𝗗𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗏, or marine healing resources. These resources become highly regulated, medical-grade inputs handled under strict clinical protocols. By leveraging specialized marine biology and national resource policy, Jeju converts its coastlines into certified clinical spaces. With the legal framework secured, a professional wellness operator can execute the physical architectural application. The primary objective is fully enclosing the certified marine resource. This results in highly engineered indoor medical spa infrastructure. Precise environmental controls within the facility permanently eliminate any vulnerabilities to storms, cold, or unpredictable weather. Enclosing the marine resource establishes a continuous 12-month operational cycle. The volatile 3-month seasonal panic is completely replaced by year-round revenue stability. The facility commands high-margin medical tourism premiums consistently throughout the entire year. Architectural enclosure, backed by legal certification, solves the seasonality trap. However, this specific medical tourism market contains steep barriers to entry. Success requires significantly more effort than simply building a heated indoor pool. Safely extracting and controlling raw marine resources demands immense capital and strict regulatory compliance. Operators face the ongoing difficulty of maintaining perfect alignment with national resource policy to retain their certifications. The strategic mandate is clear. Operators must stop selling basic summer vacations. the industry must pivot entirely to selling scientifically validated, year-round medical cures. Scientific rigor and regulatory control provide the necessary structure to capture a permanent market premium in the wellness industry.